What's good, YouTube? It's your boy Bird. You know we back on Bird's Eye View with it. Like always, appreciate the love and support. Please continue to like, comment, and subscribe. Stop what you're doing. Smash the like button. Smash subscribe button. Hop in the comment section. Comment whatever you want. Of course, I'm dropping daily bangers day by day. You know we got news of the day coming out of Colorado. Of course, we just gonna jump right into it. So everyone knows the 2023 class is pretty much wrapped up here. There's only a few more pieces that are going to be added to this Colorado puzzle. You've done a phenomenal job. Coach Prime and that Colorado football coaching staff has put together a wonderful 2023 class, a historic class. Of course, it was a top 20 overall class. You know, it was led by Cormani McLean, Dylan Edwards, Adam Hopkins, Omarion Miller, just to name a few. Of course, those four young men expect to make an immediate impact right away in Boulder. You also had the #1 transfer portal class as well. You know, headlined by Travis Hunter, Shador Sanders, Alton McCaskill, Jimmy Horn, Xavier Weaver, just to name a few. So it's kind of time to look forward a little bit here to that 2024 class. You guys are in a lot of top 10s, top 8s, top 6s, top 12s. So, you know, we're going to kind of jump right into it. It's some dogs in this video right here. I mean, on the offensive and defensive side of the football, this is a banger right here. And you guys are going to love some of the guys that are strongly considering Colorado. Of course, defense wins championships. So we're going to start with the defense first. And it'll only be right if we go with one of the best players in the country. You got Williams Waneri. He's a 5-star defensive lineman. He's 6'5", 250 out of Lee's Summit, Missouri. He's the #1 defensive lineman in the country. He's the #1 player in Missouri, #3 player in the nation. Rare change of direction for his size. Very good quickness off the ball. He has really great foot speed, which helps him pursue ball carriers well. He's physically gifted, man, which makes him tough to block. Uses his hands very well. He's very versatile. You can shade him inside. You can shade him outside. I mean, this young man is just an elite prospect with NFL upside. Of course, he dropped his top 10, Tennessee, Missouri, Alabama, Oregon, Georgia, Oklahoma, Arkansas, Ole Miss, Nebraska, and Colorado round out his top 10. So we're going to see exactly what transpires there. Of course, we're going to keep this train rolling. We got Charles Lester. He's that 5-star DB, 6'2", $175 out of Sarasota, Florida. He's a #2 cornerback in the country. He's a top 4 player in the state of Florida. He's a top 15 overall player nationally. Very fluid movements, great change of direction and ability to gain depth. He uses his length to his advantage. He high points the football really well. He has really great ball skills. He's just an extremely athletic. I mean, he plays wide receiver, quarterback, and DB as well. He had 5 interceptions on defense, another 4 touchdowns on offense. Of course, he plans to visit Boulder June 9th through the 11th, so we'll see exactly what transpires there. You also have Danny Okoye. He's a 4-star edge rusher, 6'4", 245 out of Tulsa, Oklahoma. He's the #1 player in Oklahoma. He's a top 12 edge rusher in the country. Top 150 overall player, extremely athletic edge. I mean, this young man played running back, wide receiver, and tight end in high school. Scored touchdowns in multiple ways, rushing, receiving, and in the return game as well. I mean, he just plays with reckless abandon. He's extremely aggressive. He's very strong at the point of attack. He consistently drives offensive linemen and running backs 5 yards in the backfield. He has very quick first step, very explosive, uses his hands really well. He has tremendous upside as a pass rusher. I mean, the past 2 seasons, 121 tackles, 37 tackles for loss, 17 sacks. He had 3 forced fumbles, interception. Again, he scored multiple ways. He has Colorado in his top 10 as well. He loved this visit and say he's coming back. So we can see exactly what transpires there. You also got Boo Carter. Of course, we all know about Boo Carter now at this point. 4-star athlete, 6 foot, $180 out of Chattanooga, Tennessee. He's the #1 player in Tennessee, top 10 player in the country, top 150 national player, extremely versatile, can play running back, wide receiver, or DB at the next level. Strong, tough runner of the football at running back, has great vision and balance, catches the ball really well out of the backfield. He's very quick, great one-cut ability. Of course, he's tough to tackle, makes the first guy miss a lot, always falling forward. Of course, on defense, transitions to be a safety at the next level. He's a thumper, definitely going to come up and hit you, has really good ball skills. He's very instinctive. He reads and reacts well. He's always around the football. So, of course, you know, we're going to love the fact that, you know, possibly Boo Carter could be coming to Boulder. That top 5 is Ohio State, Oregon, Colorado, Tennessee, and Michigan. We'll love the possibility of this trio: Winston Watkins, Aaron Butler, and Boo Carter. So we'll see exactly what happens there. We got Fred Gaskins. He's a 4-star safety. He's 5'10", $180 out of Ocala, Florida. Love this young man. He's a top 25 safety in the country. He's a top 40 player in Florida, top 300 overall player. Just a natural playmaker. Plays quarterback as well. Had over 2,000 total yards and 23 touchdowns on offense. At safety, he's very aggressive. He played in the box a lot. He manned up slot receivers some downs. Other downs, he rolled over top. He blitzed a lot as well. Takes really great angles in coverage and in run support. He can definitely be an impact nickel on Saturdays for sure, without question. He also dropped his top 8. Of course, Colorado, you fell right in that as well. That top 8 is loaded. You got Alabama, Colorado, Penn State, Ole Miss, Florida State, Tennessee, Michigan State, and Auburn round out his top 8. So we're going to see exactly what transpires there. Again, he transitioned to be a safety at the next level for you. We're going to keep this train rolling. We got Brandon Jacob. He's a 4-star safety, 6'2", $175 out of Orlando, Florida. He's a top 10 safety in the country. He's a top 20 player in the state of Florida. He's a top 130 national player. Excellent ball skills and straight line speed. He just picks off everything. Very good length and abilities. He has all the tools to be a ball hawking safety at the next level. He just has a great combination of frame and speed. Again, he's 6'2". He ran track all his life. 70 tackles, 10 PBUs, 5 interceptions, 2 forced fumbles this past season. He was spotted rocking some Colorado gear. Top 12 is Texas A&M, Penn State, Miami, Michigan, Kentucky, Colorado, Duke, South Carolina, Alabama, Ohio State, Maryland, and Central Florida. We can keep on rolling. We got Isaiah Rubin. He's a 4-star DB. He's 6'1", $180 out of Los Alamitos, California. He's a top 25 cornerback in the country. He's a top 25 player in the state of California. Long, lean frame with good physical upside and growth. He's a tough cover corner who thrives in zone coverage. He shows great awareness, displays great recognition and speed. He had his top 8: Oregon, Colorado, Michigan, Washington, Utah, Arizona, Auburn, and Texas A&M as well. He's a very good tackler. He's also a home run hitter in the return game, so we'll see exactly what transpires there. We'll keep on rolling with Demetrius Freeney. He's a 6'1", $185 DB out of San Leandro, California. He was playing at College of San Mateo, which is one of the top JUCOs in the country. Has great size and ability. Excels in man coverage, plays with great technique. He's really good ball skills as well, tackles well, very explosive. Had a great visit in Boulder this past Saturday. He has offers from Colorado, Louisville, Oklahoma, and Indiana, also Houston as well. His teammate, Sione Lalia, 6'4", $190 DB out of San Mateo, California. Again, he plays at College of San Mateo. He's one of the best JUCO DBs in the country. Long, athletic DB, 79-inch wingspan, 39-inch arms. Measurements just off the charts. Verified track speed, ran 100 meters, 10.8, 200 meters, 21.83. Plays with really good technique, fluid hips, very physical, tackles well. He's great in press or off man. He has 15 tackles, an interception, 2 tackles for loss, 5 PBUs. Just a rare combination of size and speed at that position. Offers from Florida State, Oregon, Penn State, Colorado, USC, Utah, Illinois, Iowa State, and Arizona round out his offers list as well. So we're going to see exactly what transpires there, but you're definitely in a strong run into land, Sione Lalia as well. Last but certainly not least on the defensive side of the football, we got Brandon Davis Swain. I really love this kid for you. 4-star defensive lineman, 6'4", 240 out of West Bloomfield, Michigan. He's a top 4 player in the state of Michigan. He's a top 20 defensive lineman in the country. He's a top 150 player. Super athletic, caught touchdown passes at tight end as well. He's third all-time in sacks in Michigan's history. He just lives in the backfield. He's very quick off the ball, uses his hands very well. He's very strong, high motor guy, relentless pass rusher. You can stand him up. You can put his hand in the dirt. He's West Bloomfield's high school's all-time sack leader, has 65 tackles, 12 sacks, 33 quarterback hits, 2 PBUs, and 2 forced fumbles this past season as well. He dropped his top 5. Of course, Colorado, you're in that. Purdue, Colorado, USC, Auburn, Michigan. I would love the fact that, have this young man come into Boulder. I really think he's one of the ones you can really land here. So we're going to end off here with the defense. Let's jump to the offense. We got Brandon Baker. He's a 5-star offensive tackle, 6'5", 285 out of Santa Ana, California. He's the number 1 offensive tackle in the country. He's the number 2 player in California, number 23 overall player nationally. Very athletically built with great length and frame to add more mass. He's a nasty, aggressive offensive lineman, shows it off in the run game. He's an excellent drive blocker who looks to finish blocks to the ground. He displays impressive lateral quickness and range to pull and reach defenders at the second level. He's very good in pass pro, light-footed with great body control. Without question, this is the top offensive tackle prospect in the class. This young man has NFL upside. He had a great visit at Colorado. He made a whole YouTube video about it as well. So you're in a strong running to land the 5-star number 1 offensive tackle in the country. What a massive addition that'll be to that 2024 class. We're going to keep this train rolling with another 5-star, Mike Matthews. He's a 5-star wide receiver, 6'2", $185 out of Lilburn, Georgia. He's a number 3 wide receiver in the country, number 2 in Georgia. He's a top 10 overall player. He's just a talented two-way player that plays wide receiver and DB. He averaged 21.5 yards per catch as a junior, over 1,000 yards and 9 touchdowns in Georgia, highest classification in high school football. He's really, really good on the basketball floor as well, has D1 basketball offers, has very good long speed. He's just a vertical deep threat. He creates good separation on deeper routes. He has great hands, great ability to get open. This young man definitely has NFL upside. He dropped his top 12 Alabama, Auburn, Texas A&M, Colorado, Clemson, Ohio State, Georgia, Michigan, Tennessee, USC, LSU, Arkansas round out his top 12. So we'll see exactly what transpires there. We'll keep this train rolling with Caleb Odom. He's a 4-star tight end, 6'5", 215 out of Carrollton, Georgia. He's a top 5 tight end in the country. He's a top 70 national player. He's a top 12 player in the state of Georgia. This young man just has great athleticism, lines up outside at wide receiver as well. He has natural ball skills. He's definitely a red zone mismatch. He's a very fluid route runner. He makes tough catches in traffic. 63 catches, 1,200 yards, 13 touchdowns. He excels on the basketball floor as well. First team all region there. Top 7, Alabama, Colorado, Georgia, Ole Miss, Penn State, Florida, and Miami. We can keep this train rolling with Stacey Gage. He's a 4-star running back, 5'11", 205 out of Tampa, Florida. He's a top 10 running back in the country, top 25 player in the state of Florida. He's a top 170 national player, strong, tough runner of the football, adequate burst, and plenty of power. Has a knack for finding yards even when it's not there. He has a short stepping running style that allows him to shake would-be tacklers in space, always falling forward, has very impressive leg drive, just a physical running back that will fight for yardage in between the tackles. Just a natural-born leader with plenty of dog in him. He had a speech that went viral, a powerful speech. You just got to listen to it if you haven't. Of course, he dropped his top 8 as well. Florida, Penn State, Oklahoma, Ohio State, Alabama, USC, Miami, and Colorado round out that top 8. So, of course, you're in the running to get a workhorse of a running back. This young man can really come in and step in right away and make some plays for you in the backfield for sure. We're going to love to see if you can get and land Stacey Gage and get him to come to Boulder, Colorado. We have Jordan Seaton. He's a 4-star interior offensive lineman, 6'5", 290 out of Washington, D.C. He's the #1 interior offensive lineman in the country. He's a top 40 national player. He's a top 8 player in D.C. Has the frame to play guard or tackle. High-level athleticism combined with being very physical. Active hands with a very forceful initial punch. Quick feet. Great lateral movement. He sinks his hips well and explodes into defenders. Can really see his athleticism when he pulls. He has excellent body control. Can get out and lead on screens. He's real nice with his kick step. He plays with an edge. He dropped his top 14, Alabama, Oregon, Michigan, Tennessee, Miami, Oklahoma, LSU, Ohio State, Colorado, Florida, Texas A&M, Georgia, USC, and Maryland round out his top 14. We're going to keep this train rolling with Ja Lewis Solomon. He's a 4-star athlete, 6'1", $185 out of Ellaville, Georgia. He's a top 15 athlete in the country. He's a top 25 player in the state of Georgia. He's a top 180 national player, explosive two-way player that plays wide receiver and DB. He's really great with the ball in his hands. He catches the football well. He's extremely versatile. You can line him up inside. You can line him up outside. He has 61 catches, over 1,000 yards, 13 touchdowns on offense. On defense, he had 22 tackles, 8 PBUs, 5 interceptions as well. You can also use him in the return game. He dropped his top 11, Georgia, Miami, South Carolina, Georgia Tech, Florida State, Auburn, Florida, Ohio State, Alabama, USC, and Colorado. We have Kylan Fox. He's a 4-star athlete, 6'4", 215 out of Loganville, Georgia. He's a top 10 athlete in the country. He's a top 20 player in the state of Georgia. He's a top 140 national player. This young man is a dynamic athlete, plays tight end and defensive end, transitions to be a tight end at the next level, extremely athletic. He blocks really well. He catches the football well. He's tough to tackle in space. He makes the first guy miss a lot. I love the idea of pairing him up with Tim Brewster, Coach Brewster, the tight end guru in Colorado. He dropped his top 6, Florida State, Georgia Tech, Miami, Ole Miss, Colorado, and the University of Central Florida. We can keep this train rolling with Micah Welch. He's a 4-star running back, 5'8", $195 out of Milledgeville, Georgia. He's a top 40 running back in the country, top 50 in the state of Georgia. He was Region 4A Offensive Player of the Year. He was also first team All-State as well. Had 1,400 yards and 17 touchdowns. He's just a speedy playmaker. One missed tackle, and he's taking it to the house. He has home run hitting ability. He's very shifty in space. He has great vision as well. Offers from Cincinnati, Colorado, Oregon, Tennessee, Virginia Tech, Louisville, Ole Miss, Florida, and NC State. He has an official visit set up as well with Colorado. He will be in Boulder June 9th through the 11th. So we'll see exactly what transpires there. But you have another speedy playmaker that's on the way to Boulder, Colorado. We're going to keep this train rolling. We have Jonathan Paler. He's a 4-star athlete, 5'9", $175 out of Burlington, North Carolina. He's a top 3 player in the state of North Carolina. He's a top 15 athlete in the country. He's a top 170 national player. This young man just plays all over the football field. Projects to be a running back at the next level, but he honestly can play wide receiver. He can play safety. He can play corner. I mean, this young man scored touchdowns just about every way that you can score a touchdown on a football field. He had a pick six. He had a scoop and score, a receiving touchdown. He had a punt return for a touchdown, a kick return for a touchdown, rushing touchdowns, receiving touchdowns. I mean, this young man is just all over the field. He even punts as well. He recently dropped his top 8. Georgia, UNC, Colorado, Florida, Alabama, South Carolina, NC State, and Clemson round out that top 8. So, of course, we'll see exactly what transpires there. Last but certainly not least, we have Jason Robinson Jr. He's a 4-star wide receiver. He's 5'11", $160 out of Long Beach, California. He's a top 30 player in California. He's a top 80 wide receiver in the country. He was previously committed to USC. He decommitted to USC. He has clean releases off the line. He's a smooth route runner, great with the ball in his hands. He's very elusive in open field. He makes the first guy miss a lot. He had an extremely great visit at Colorado as well. He had 63 catches, 1,100 yards, and 12 touchdowns. He dropped his top 10. That top 10 is loaded. Utah, Notre Dame, Colorado, Florida State, Pittsburgh, Cal, Penn State, Washington, Syracuse, and USC round out that top 10. So as you see, man, you guys are in the running to land some high-level talents in that 2024 class. I strongly believe that 2024 class will be better than the 2023, and that 2023 class was historic. So not going to keep you long. If you made it this far, I definitely appreciate you. Please continue to like, comment, and subscribe.